one thing I need to kind of ask as a follow-up question. You said during the interview that you had this mindset in your past of conquering the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you said also that now you don't have this mindset anymore. Like this was kind of something that you left behind. Like what is this? Because like what I see and what I encourage in ambitious people, and I had this mindset myself too, you know, I want to conquer the world. Of course, what means conquering, you don't know, right? But like I always felt it's a great mindset to have.
And I still believe it is. And somehow you're giving yourself the answer. It depends on what it is, and you said it really depends on what we mean about this. To be honest, I still think that we need to have ambitious goals, yeah. And of course I have my goals of conquering the world. But it doesn't mean that thing must happen now and must happen through this product, or that we need to build a new Facebook or the new Microsoft or the new Bill Gates or something. Again, if what I mean is really getting used to the process and be able to focus on that little thing and being great at that little thing. With the idea of maybe scale it somehow, some way, but probably that is not exactly the thing that will make us like very successful out there and recognized by the people. I think that many people under-evaluate what they can achieve in 1 or 2 years and underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years.
Yeah.
I really believe this, okay?
Yeah.
And that was the mistake that I was doing. I was over-evaluating what I could achieve in 1 or 2 years, and I was like evaluating what I could possibly do in 10 years.
Yeah.
So if we had, this helped me a lot recently, I swear, recently, because again, like we are in the process of learning, we keep learning every day, and I'm not like a successful businessman of 55 years, so with a very 40 years experience in the business. No, I'm 30, so this thing helped me a lot recently to live with a sense of urgency. Really, like I need to do this, I want to achieve this, but at the same time, having a mindset that okay, I got time for doing this. At this age, let's try to picture myself, within the next 5 years, within the next 10 years. If I keep work hard, really, and improving myself, 1% every day, after 1 year, I just like I'm 3 times better than what I do or what I am. Yes. So that is what really helped me a lot, and I think this is normal also. Like when we grow and we start becoming a little bit more mature, maybe something else that we think. And I used to have a lot of friends, senior friends, that were telling me like, oh, Enrique, because you're young, you are so ambitious, you have all these goals, and things will never change or something. And I always look at those people like, why they are saying this? Why are so like, and you know what? Those people were at their 28, 29, 30, 32, 33. Now I'm on my 30, and no, I don't have a different opinion on this. I don't have a different idea. I still believe that things will change. And I still believe that we could achieve great things, but somehow again, not really thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna change the world or something, or having this sort of, being, arrogant and thinking that, etc., etc. No, start small. Really, be able to get your hands dirty and working on something, and be great at that thing. So I think this is really, 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 really important.
Yeah, man, I like it.
It is really important.
It comes down to kind of like sticking to that dream, like not giving up the dream to kind of change the world for the better, right? But being more realistic about it, right? Like because kind of for me, growing up, like 16, like the dream was to, as like conquer the world, do something fucking great, and as I grow older, it gets easier and easier to say, no, I want to do this small thing and then kind of buy a house and have a wife and and to just live a normal life. But at least me, I keep like telling myself, you had this dream once and you need to stick to this dream. Now, of course, what has changed between being 16 back then and being 25 right now is the specifics of this dream, right? Back then I had no idea. I just thought, like maybe I want to be famous, or like everyone will, like I will be a superstar or whatever. Like, and nowadays I think I just want to like create massive value that really has some global impact. I don't want to create it, or like I can't create it this year or maybe next year, but what I try to do is like always think about this dream I had back then and tell myself, like every year, you need to keep working and getting closer to that dream.
What I think is that what is important is we need to be happy and satisfied with what we do. I think that when we are able to keep what we think, what we say, and what we want to do somehow in balance, so our wish coming from our hearts, like what we say, what we practically do, what we think, if we kind of are able to balance these things, I think that is the moment that you're happy. But for example, when I was in the corporate world, right, I was satisfied with what I was doing, and I was very young. I was like a 27. I had my own driver, and I had a crazy package, and I was GM of this very large corporation, managing a team of over 100 people with over 100 stores in China.
Yeah.
And I was working 24/7. I was, satisfied with what I was doing, but at the same time, I wasn't feeling like right about this, because at the same time, always been into innovation, startups, starting my own, my own thing, and delivering that sort of value. And at the time, I was feeling like what I'm really doing is just like I'm making this company a little bit more profitable, and that's it. Or I'm making like my president happy, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so I would like to, even like if I'm impacting 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, I'm doing it with the value that is created by me myself. That was actually what brought me and really that thing fascinated me a lot when I started doing my teaching at university, right? And as I say, with my little role as an adjunct professor at this university, I'm able to impact the lives of 20 people, 30 people or something. And that really started fascinating me. And at some point I decided, what, it's time for me to spend, full time and engage myself full time in building my project. The first one, the second one, the up and down and failures and stuff. So I think that at the end what's important is be happy with what you're doing.
Yeah.
And when you think about I change the world or something, there is a beautiful saying, I think it's from Confucius, or I think it is. It's from Confucius. What he says that when you are lighting up the path of someone else, you are automatically lighting up your own path. So if you have this, I love this mindset. And this is what one of my polar star, what is really driving me on what I do. If I'm able to light up someone else's path, I'm automatically light up my own path.
Yeah.
But what is out there is value for people, you know what I mean? And this is so fascinating, this is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Really it is. If I act like selfishly, I want to change the world, blah, 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 I want to build this, I want to be a superstar, I want to be a football, soccer, whatever, player. No, if you try to understand what's your own value, and this is something that I'm still struggling, on my age, and it's normal to not really having that figured out.
Yeah.
Even at my age, I know that it's normal, and I'm trying my best to figure that out. But I'm so confident that at the end I'm gonna make the fucking thing happen, even if I could have a different attitude or whatever. I'm not gonna conquer the world. Of course, I'm going to conquer the world, but I'm gonna get there step by step. And it doesn't mean that I need to add that as a whatever, big pressure that I need to do it now. Again, not really underestimating what we can achieve in 10 years. Getting there step by step, and meanwhile enjoying the process. This is something that I wish I could really know a bit earlier. Seriously, a bit earlier, because things are going to happen, but if you don't enjoy the process, you get miserable. As I was crying almost every day. I wasn't satisfied. I keep wondering myself, what was my identity? This thing, identity has been always a big thing about myself. What's my identity? What I'm here for? Why I don't feel satisfied about what I'm doing here, you know, in my job or something. And actually, apparently, you know, I'm making it nice. You know, I'm really having results, and my companies are happy, and I'm making a nice salary, and I have, you know, commission, and I hear that, and I bought a car in China. So things were kind of going nice, but at some point I said, okay, you know what, stop a little bit. You're like kind of living in a very, you know, in a way that is not going to make you happy in the long term.
Yeah, man.
So I was kind of picturing myself after other like 5 years, 10 years in that industry, and it's right, you know, it doesn't mean that it's something wrong, but it wasn't the right thing for me, and it's not easy, but again, it's a process, and we're here to learn. So, and I'm still in that process. So don't misunderstand me as I'm not lecturing anyone on this. I'm just really part of. But this is
I like this
so I'm
attitude.
kinda like that.
I like this attitude. It's very humble. Yeah.
I believe what it is because you share that piece and then someone else shares something else and we exchange ideas. I think it's useful eventually for everyone who is involved.
Yeah, man.